So Tristan said it best when he said, people are going to hate you regardless. Let's get into it. Khloe has responded. Let's get into what she has said and what she has done. Hi guys, welcome back to Me, My Thoughts and I'm back at it again with another video. Khloe has come out with a series of statements that ended up being on her Instagram and her Twitter as well. So we're just gonna go to those quickly. Yesterday she also did go on Instagram live to show that her body wasn't like photoshopped, but at the same time, if we're being honest, and if she's being honest as well, like, we know you edit your photos, like, come on. But anyway, so she did say, "This is me and my body, unretouched and unfiltered. The photo that was posted this week is beautiful, but to someone who has struggled with body image her whole life, when someone takes a photo of you that isn't flattering, in a bad light, or doesn't capture your body the way it is after working so hard to get it to this point and then shares it to the world, you should have every right to ask for it not to be shared regardless of who you are." To be honest, I agree. So in truth, the pressure, constant ridicule and judgment my entire life to be perfect and meet others' standards of how I should look has been too much to bear. Khloe is the fat sister. Khloe is the ugly sister. Her dad must not be her real dad because she looks so different. The only way she could have lost that weight must have been from surgery. Should I go on? So things yesterday that I said in my previous video, my own thoughts, what I thought about it, she has basically validated that. And she goes on to say, "Oh, but who cares about how she feels because she grew up in a life of privilege. She's also in a reality show, so she signed up for all this. I'm of course not asking for sympathy, but I'm asking to be acknowledged for being human. I'm not perfect, but I promise you that I try every day to live my life as honestly as possible and with empathy and kindness. It doesn't mean that I have not made mistakes, but I'm not going to lie. It's almost unbearable trying to live up to these impossible standards that the public have all set for me." This I get and understand where she's coming from. At the same time, you and your sisters, most of your sisters, have single-handedly set the beauty standards for loads of young girls to reach or have a certain body type. Obviously, from what you're kind of saying here, you know, you possibly did not have surgery and that's completely fine. I understand this point that you're saying here, that, you know, the impossible standards that the public has set for you as well. I get that. Same time, you've perpetuated that. You and your sisters have all perpetuated that. Like, if we're being honest, I didn't lie. But anyway, for over a decade now in photos, every single flaw and imperfection has been micro-analysed and made fun of to the smallest detail, and I am reminded of them every day by the world. And when I take that criticism to use as motivation to get myself in the best shape of my life and to even help others with the same struggles, I am told I couldn't have done that all through hard work and I must have paid for it all. Okay, I agree. Because, you know, let's just think about it here. Okay, you know what? Perhaps we're not even going to talk about the other sisters. This has nothing to do with them. But let's talk about Khloe because Khloe's the main focus of this anyways. It's true. She actually might have just got her ass in the gym, worked hard, end of the day, had the best meal plan ever, best foods, best everything, because let's be honest, like, having money helps with that. So possibly she might have just done this all herself. And I can understand if you have now done this all yourself and the public are like, nah, it must not be that. Like, it must be a lie. How disheartening that must be. And saying that constantly all the time must have been tough. Okay. You never quite get used to being judged and pulled apart and told how unattractive one is, but I will say if you hear anything enough, you start to believe it. Facts. She's not lying. This is an example of how I've been conditioned to feel that I'm not beautiful enough just being me. I love a good filter, good lighting, and an edit here and there, the same way I throw on some makeup and get my nails done, or a pair of heels to present myself to the world the way I want to be seen, and it's exactly what I'll continue to do unapologetically. Image and how I choose to look and what I want to share is my choice, period. And it's not for anyone to decide or judge what is acceptable or not anymore. For those who feel the constant pressure for not being or feeling perfect enough, I want you to know I see you and I understand. Every day I'm told by my family and friends who love me that I'm beautiful, but I know that it needs to be believed from within. That's true, and I hope that she gets therapy for all of that, honestly. We are all unique and perfect in our own way. Whichever one chooses to be seen, I've realised that we cannot continue to live life trying to fit into the perfect mould of what others have set for us. Just do you and make sure your heart is happy. Everyone can say you look like a 10. You are beautiful, you are this, you are that. If you don't believe it, you don't believe it. You're the person that's in this body at the end of the day. It's not your mum, it's not your sister, it's not your cousins, it's you in this body. If you don't believe that within, then it's tough. And I understand what she's saying, and I do agree, and I have empathy for her. Same time, I also do feel like, same time, you are still part of the problem. Because, you know, a lot of young girls that look up to you, and you know what, true, it is, you're right about these unedited photos, that they should be taken down, and if you want to edit them, use a good filter here and there. That's your business. I think, to be honest, not everyone, let me not generalize, but people do use filters here and there. So I mean, I agree, live your life, girl, facts. But if you're going to continue doing this, then you honestly need a disclaimer under your photos, like the first thing, that it's basically been edited, because I can only empathise everything that you've honestly gone through. But going on to the point where she said, you know, it's not as if, like, I'm not acting as if I haven't made mistakes. She has definitely made mistakes. Like, facts, let's be honest. It's like, you are the same person that called Jordan Woods, and you know that she struggled with body image as well, fat ass on national TV, to like knock her down, disparage her because of what was going on with what happened between her and your baby daddy. Not gonna lie, you didn't think about her feelings then, but same time, emotions were running high. You did what you wanted. So, there we are. Okay. Because so that in itself, what she did there was 100% completely wrong, and I don't stand by that. And I know, you know what, I hope she has apologized, but I honestly doubt it, because, you know, Mr. People are going to hate you regardless and all of that stuff. But anyway, let me not even... But overall sentiments on this, I agree with what Khloe said. It's her body, it's her unedited photo, can do whatever you want, you know, MJ. Her nan. I feel like every single time you go to Khloe's house or you see Khloe, like, your phone gonna be confiscated now because of what happened. Just being honest. But she also needs to understand that the photos that she posts herself, which are heavily edited, do create unrealistic standards for the young girls that follow her, especially, and other people that follow her as well. So it does create this unrealistic image that may not be attainable for some people. Under your photo's first line that, you know, it's been edited somewhat, because creating these standards that are unrealistic for them make them feel bad about themselves. This same feeling that you feel that, you know, you said the public has put onto you, and how, you know, the internet has had a lot to do with it. At the same time, I'm just going to conclude at this point, your family's had a lot to do with it as well, and has shaped how some women have gone about changing their bodies, whether it's been naturally or whether it's been surgery. Just being honest, you guys have. So there we are. This is my 2 pence on the situation, and guys, I'll see you in the next one.